Have you ever noticed how cats, even though they seem so confident and independent, can get scared by the most unexpected things? Sometimes, a simple noise is enough to make them bolt like they've just seen a ghost. But why does that happen? In today's video, we're going to explore things that scare cats, situations that might seem harmless to us, but trigger the survival instinct in these incredibly sensitive animals. And the best part, you'll learn practical tips to help your cat feel safer and more relaxed in everyday life. At the end, we'll talk about a viral curiosity that many people have seen online, but few actually understand: the fear of cucumbers. Being caught off guard. Cats are creatures that deeply value predictability. They like to know what's going on around them and feel in control of their environment. That's why being caught off guard can easily scare them, even if the surprise comes from something totally harmless. An unexpected touch while the cat is distracted, an object suddenly falling, or someone appearing out of nowhere in a room can trigger a strong startle response. The cat might run away, hide, or let out a sharp meow as a warning. That's because, to them, any surprise could mean danger, and their defense instinct kicks in immediately. This kind of reaction is more common in cats that are naturally more anxious or have gone through traumatic experiences. But even calm cats can get startled if they're surprised during a moment of relaxation, like while napping or eating. The best way to avoid this kind of scare is to always approach your cat calmly and let them know you're there before touching them. Speaking softly, making gentle noises with your footsteps, or even whistling can help your cat sense your presence. Over time, they'll learn to trust you and their surroundings more, and these startle moments will happen less often. Strangers or visitors. Cats are extremely territorial animals. They feel safe when their routines are predictable and they're surrounded by people they know and trust. That's why having visitors over, even friendly ones, can be a real source of stress for many cats. When a stranger enters the home, the cat might see it as an invasion of their territory. They don't know if that person is a threat, so the most common reaction is to hide. Some cats will retreat under the bed, inside a closet, or behind furniture, and won't come out until they feel the danger has passed. It's important to understand that this isn't about being dramatic or poorly socialized. It's simply the cat's natural instinct kicking in to protect itself. Every cat has their own pace when it comes to feeling comfortable around new people, and forcing interaction can make things worse. If you're expecting guests and your cat is on the shy side, it's a good idea to set up a safe space where they can hide and feel protected. Let your visitors know not to try picking up the cat or forcing affection. Let the cat come closer if, and when they feel like it. With patience and respect, many cats eventually get used to visitors and even form bonds with them over time. Large and moving objects. Another common fear among cats is large objects that move suddenly. It could be a suitcase being dragged, a broom touching the floor, a bag swaying, or even a chair being pulled out. To us, these movements seem harmless, but to a cat, they can feel like an unexpected threat. This happens because cats are naturally cautious about anything new or unpredictable in their environment. When a large object moves abruptly, their self-preservation instinct kicks in. The cat doesn't know whether it's dangerous or not. They just react to protect themselves. In many cases, they'll quickly back away, hide, or stay on high alert, with their body crouched and eyes wide open. This kind of fear is more common in cats that weren't exposed to many stimuli during their socialization phase, or that have had negative experiences in the past. But even well-adjusted cats can get startled by sudden movements, especially if they're relaxed or distracted at the time. The best way to avoid this kind of scare is to be mindful of how you move things around the house. Try not to drag large objects near your cat too abruptly, and whenever possible, let them know you're coming by speaking or making gentle sounds. Over time, they'll learn to trust their surroundings and the people in them more. Other animals. The presence of other animals, especially unfamiliar ones, can be a major source of fear for many cats. This applies to dogs, other cats, and even smaller animals like rabbits or birds, depending on the cat's personality and past experiences. Cats are very territorial and selective about their interactions. They don't usually welcome a new animal into their space right away. For example, if a dog enters the house, the cat might feel threatened, even if the dog is calm and friendly. Just the new smell, sounds, and different movements are enough to put them on edge. With other cats, the situation can be even trickier. Introducing a new feline into the territory of a resident cat needs to be done carefully, gradually, and in a controlled way. Otherwise, it can lead to aggressive behavior, territorial marking, and a lot of stress for both animals. And here's a fun fact. Some cats even get scared of their own reflection in the mirror. When they see that image moving like another cat, but without any smell or sound, they might interpret it as a silent intruder. This is more common in young cats, or those who've never encountered mirrors before. Over time, most of them realize there's no real threat and just ignore the reflection. The most important thing is to respect your cat's pace when adapting to other animals. Never force interaction. Start with distant introductions, using scents and sounds before allowing visual contact. Use rewards like treats and toys to help your cat associate the other animal with something positive. With patience and consistency, many cats can learn to live peacefully with other pets. But it takes time, and every case is different. Loud noises. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing. They can pick up sounds at frequencies that humans can't even detect. That's why loud and sudden noises, like fireworks, thunder, vacuum cleaners, or even a blender, can be genuinely terrifying for them. When a loud sound happens unexpectedly, a cat's survival instinct kicks in right away. They might run, hide, or curl up in a corner, trying to protect themselves from what they perceive as a threat. This isn't an overreaction, it's their brain responding as if they're in real danger. Even toys meant to entertain can cause fear if they're too noisy or move unpredictably. Some electronic toys with flashing lights or high-pitched sounds can scare rather than amuse. That's why it's always a good idea to watch how your cat reacts to a new toy. If they back away or seem uncomfortable, it might be better to go with something simpler and quieter. It's important to remember that, for a cat, the ideal environment is quiet, predictable, and safe. So if you know there's going to be noise in the house, like a deep cleaning session or a party with loud music, try to set up a calm space for your cat. A cozy spot with blankets, toys, and ideally away from the noise can make a big difference. That way, they'll feel protected and less stressed. Don't do this. Cucumber scares. You've probably seen those viral videos where a cat gets completely spooked after noticing a cucumber placed behind them. At first glance, it seems funny. The cat is calmly eating, turns around, and jumps like they've seen a ghost. But the truth is, the fear isn't about the cucumber itself. What scares the cat is suddenly finding a strange, unfamiliar object in a spot where there was nothing just seconds before. To a cat's brain, that could be interpreted as a threat, like a snake or some other silent predator. The jump is an instinctive defensive reaction, not a specific fear of the vegetable. This kind of prank, while it might seem harmless, can actually be quite harmful to the animal's well-being. A strong scare like that can cause stress, anxiety, and even accidents if the cat tries to flee too quickly and gets hurt. That's why feline behavior experts strongly advise against doing this kind of thing. Now that you know some of the things that scare cats the most, it becomes easier to understand certain behaviors, and more importantly, to create a safer and more peaceful environment for your feline friend. Remember, fear is a natural response, and it's up to us as caretakers to offer support, patience, and respect for each cat's individual pace. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who love pets just like you. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Every week, we bring you new content about the world of cats and dogs, always with practical tips, fun facts, and lots of love for our four-legged companions. And tell me in the comments, what scares your cat the most? Have you ever experienced a funny or surprising situation? I'd love to read your story. See you in the next video. Until then, take good care of your pet, and remember, a calm home makes all the difference for a happy cat.